All right, coming at you with the power of positive power of positive.
Whoa. What?
Let's do that again.
All right.
Coming in hot.
Ready, set.
And coming at you with the Power of Pessimism podcast here on this. What is the date today, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, we don't want to say that. Yeah,
I guess we don't want to.
7th,
It's
8th,
relevant.
40th.
It's now.
It's episode 5. There's that.
Of
Yes.
season 4?
Of season
season 2.
Yeah.
Yes, we're starting the show off. Everyone talks at the same time, so you know we're going to lose listeners about 5 minutes in. But we are doing the Hurricane Report. It's we're in Louisiana here, LSU's favorite podcast. We'd like to thank LSU for making us their favorite podcast, and we have no proof to back that up.
Go Liberty State University.
Go Tigers.
Woo-hoo.
And we're going to talk a little bit about Afghanistan. We're going to introduce everybody here. We're going to talk about the growing problem with toddlers and just condomless sex from toddlers.
Yeah.
It's growing.
It's a real problem.
NAMBLA Day Care Centers across the country. That's going to be a problem. I think the Biden administration is backing it. No one can prove it, though. And
Isn't Crayola getting into the dildo business? I heard
yes,
that. I don't know.
Crayola. Yes, it's
Crayola?
a recognizable brand.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
And we're down here, and it's the year anniversary for Hurricane Laura.
Today?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. But this was the day we all took off.
What about the Chestnut Club that came up here?
We got
lately?
GQ in the house. Good to see you, GQ.
I thought it was
Yay.
President Biden.
Sure.
I'd like to be
Whatever you want to be, big fella.
I want to be a Talibanese person.
I want to be a Talibanese person.
Muhammad Akbar.
Muhakas.
I get to do whatever I want. In fact, I'm going to cut your fucking head off.
Well,
can't.
that's serious. And we have on the other side of me over here,
Dr. Johnny Lawrence.
Dr. Johnny Lawrence.
JL.
I feel like a white guy today. I'm just
DJL.
I feel black from the waist down as usual.
What kind of doctor? MD or
Gynecologist.
everything.
college? Fuck yeah.
MD, PhD, everything.
He's a
Yeah,
PP.
LSD.
LSD.
And who do we have over here?
Producer Wes.
Producer Wes in the
Producer
house, the
Wes,
rock
Wes.
star who actually knows how to rock
Allegedly.
PW.
with his band.
PW. Producer
All right.
Wes.
Well, we're going to go over some news stuff tonight. We got we have the man over there, the man in black who does not want to be
it's like
known.
some sort of a whisper.
We're going to have the high tide fishing club report and hurricane report because
Right.
we got one bearing down on us.
Do they coincide this weekend?
Yeah, I think we should get that one out of the way quick. If anyone wants to call, does anyone have KD's contact? Will you call him because he's ready to give his report and you can just stick it right up to the microphone?
well, I was going to give the report myself.
No, this is an actual report, man. This is a Gulf Coast fishing and hurricane report.
Well,
Yes.
here's my report for the fishing weekend. Don't go.
Maybe don't.
Don't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the theme of the show today is it's gonna get worse before it gets better. That is the theme because that's just the power of pessimism, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Anybody? You making a phone call over there?
You think this week last year?
You got him.
was
Just
bad?
put him up to the mic if he's ready to do it.
Hey,
Yeah, he does know.
if you think this week last year was bad,
What about? I got a new sound effect. It's for. Oh, it's Afghanistan.
Dude.
Oh, that's weird.
what does that say? What's it say?
Airstrike
standing by. That's my
the airstrike.
that's how I just
I'm
Mexican
offended.
food.
I'm Talibanese. I think that is like pigeonholing my people in some sort
I'll
of
pigeonhole you, big
I'm
fella.
gonna
Is that what the kids are calling it?
shoot you with a AK, and actually I'm going to shoot you with whatever the United States shoots because they grabbed all of
Did
our
we
stuff.
really leave all that stuff in Afghanistan? They're like, here, take
four
it.
helicopters,
I mean,
$1 billion.
Biden said did y'all listen to his interview earlier?
I don't, because I know the poor
I
fella's
know.
just amped up on Adderall.
They asked him like directly, like, did you guys consider it a priority? Because there was like a military base that the Taliban took over, and they asked him like, did you not consider that a priority? And he was basically like, no.
Do we have
because,
this?
because we left a bunch of soldiers
Hey,
behind.
KD, say something.
Oh, sweet.
We need a fishing report.
Can you hear us?
Put him on speakerphone.
Mic check.
Start over, KD.
We're having technical difficulties.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey, there he is.
There he
Welcome to the
is.
show, KD.
Hey, what y'all doing?
We want to know about the Gulf Coast and the fishing report, man. That's on its Laura anniversary.
Round 2, right?
Yes.
Round
Well, thank
3.
God it's going to Homer because the fishing sucks.
But, okay. That's good to know.
Hey, when a hurricane hits Houma, do the fish push towards Lake Charles?
Man, what?
Man, what?
Man, what you talking about, you?
I think they all come down the intercoastal.
They come running this way, but look, Homer sucks anyway, man. Who wants to fish in Homer?
For real.
Hey, what y'all got going today?
Well, we wanted to know what you think with this hurricane bearing down, and I know you always are fishing up and down the Gulf Coast. Have you found any hot spots, any good spots?
Man, I tell you what, shark fishing's never been great in life. I got myself a drone
Yeah?
and a new neighbor.
All right.
What does she look
My
like?
new neighbor, my new neighbor's got a website. The most handsome man on the Mermentau. Look it up.
Oh, man, that's a
It's no
big
joke.
deal.
That's a real thing.
It's a real thing. Look it up on the internet. He is my new neighbor. He come over, he told me, he says, hey, I know you can catch fish, but you better watch your wife. I can't help it. I'm that attractive.
And he was serious.
He gave me a business card.
I saw
He
it.
said, hey, you catch these fish wrong. Let me show you what to do. Hey, and I caught fish.
Did you catch him off the beach in Holly?
Oh, yeah, I got me a drone. So I sit on the beach, I fly my drone, and I drop my mullet.
Dang.
And it's amazing. I'm
Wait,
catching
are you-
the
Are you
biggest
talking
fish of my
about
life.
fishing or are you talking about pornography?
You mullet.
You know, down in Johnson Bayou, the pornography can't happen.
So wait,
You don't
There's
want
no
it to.
internet there, right?
can we
you
go
don't
back
want it to
to your guy?
Just a lot of sheep.
Hey, the handsome guy, what's his website?
Come back.
Handsome guy on the Mermentau? Is this real? Does he really have a
Oh,
website?
yeah. Hey,
What
Google
is it?
Google it.
What's a website?
Best looking man on the Mermentau.
Okay, .com. Go check it out.
Man. He's my neighbor, bro.
He's going to have 7 new hits at the end of the month from this
dude.
show.
Well, he's hunting fresh ground out at Holly Beach.
Oh, that's what he's fishing it
Yeah,
with?
he said the Mermentau had played out for a little while.
So where'd he move to? Where's he catching?
Somebody-
JB.
Hey,
Johnson's Bayou, Louisiana, one of the best kept secrets on the coast.
live from the shores of the High Tide Fishing Club.
Amen, brother. Where you heading next, man? I know you're going fishing or doing something, hunting. Where you going next?
Well, I'm going to throw some mayonnaise down on the coast of Alabama.
Nice. A little sprinkles, a little leche.
What does mayonnaise look on the coast of
Shouldn't
Alabama?
they call it
What does
woe
that look like?
mayonnaise or hue mayonnaise? We don't want to offend anyone.
All right, man.
All right.
So, okay, where you go? I'm sorry. I
You
interrupted
ready
you.
for the hurricane?
We're trying to. We're getting generators, gasoline, condoms, KY jelly, you name it.
Yeah,
Asian girls.
I'd have moved to a different fucking town.
I'd have moved towards Lafayette.
I'd have moved toward the other side.
I'd have moved towards Mississippi, and that's fine with me. I ain't coming to Lake Charles.
I tell you what, man. Not even orthodontists going to be able to make money in this town.
Oh, man. Well, have you seen the teeth down here? These guys have, they got a lot of work.
Like I said, for those type of people, it's a very target-rich environment, you know? Especially down in Lower Cameron.
Yeah, well, if they would only show up at the office, that's the key. You can find them in the Walmart, you just can't get them to the office. So you think, hey, KD, you think the storm is coming this way? What preparations are we making up the coulee there?
Man, I tell you, they're going to close the gate and drain it. I talked to the head of the district, Mr. Ryan, and he's the head of the canal, as you know.
Yeah.
If you see the Aqua Dam go up, y'all in trouble.
Oh, well, it's going to be a north wind no matter what, so the dam should be open. But, you know, men smarter than me have made those decisions.
We've dropped the
before
ball before.
and flooded us out.
Here's my biggest concern, man. The tower with all the plywood. Man, we're gonna have us a plywood native.
Oh, shit. We have, just so people who don't know out there, we have, how many stories is that building?
It looks
20?
like an unfinished game of Tetris going on the side.
Yeah.
It looks good. If they would replace the windows as wood with like a darker window, it would look like a little three-dimensional.
It's a 20-story building that is mostly made of plywood windows now, and if another hurricane hits down here, it's going to be, what'd you call it, KD?
It's the unfinished game of Tetris and the plywood tornado.
Plywood NATO. Yeah.
Don't worry about it. General Honore is going to fix it all. I saw his picture the other day right in front of it and said, Southwest Louisiana needs a lot of help.
Well, now we're getting.
We're not getting.
And then he left. What the hell?
That's all right, man. We're not worried about hurricanes.
Hey, you know what?
Shit.
You know what really bummed me out is when New York got hit by like a tropical storm. Oh my God. Can you imagine the money from FEMA that flowed into that fucking state and New Hampshire and Delaware and whatever else kind of got hit? Those are the people who were bitching about people in Southwest Louisiana who need to move because we're just always in the shit. Well, we haven't been in the shit for 16 years. These guys get hit once. I don't hear one bitch.
That brings us to our segment.
Complain.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that Yankee.
Fuck that guy.
I say we annex and we just take it on by ourselves.
Fine.
Amen.
And we keep all the oil down here.
We just got
We
deplatformed.
can actually start pumping oil again without our president.
Well, that's true.
yeah.
But you know what? When it hits the shores of Louisiana, we get money.
Don't you dare talk about sleepy, creepy Uncle Joe. I love him.
He's doing a great job. He's doing a great job with the Talibanese.
Yep.
Hey.
He was
Well, all
in
we
his
need
show.
to do is send some coon asses over there. We'll get them out.
Coon-ass ingenuity.
That's it, baby. That's it. Well, let me go. I'm shooting my bow on the road right here, and I'm trying to hit this target. I almost got run over.
Shoot that bone on the road, big guy, and try not to get runned over.
Excited in my bow, getting ready for the deer season, you know. And I'm standing out here in the middle of the road with my neighbor watching me, and a damn car like to hit me.
Well,
God
are you
damn
talking
it.
about the guy from the Mermentau?
No. I'm back in Lake Charles right now.
Well, you're
I had
not-
to come to higher ground for evacuation.
You're not aiming at my house, are you?
No, I'm over. I'm actually standing by your house. I'm out in the middle of the road.
And you're out on the road shooting bows at the does?
Yeah, well, I got to sight my bow in for 60. You know?
Hey, KD, when we go to the ranch to go bow hunting in a month or so, it's bows for hoes.
All right.
That's it. Hey, gobble gobble, right?
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble, baby.
Show them that turkey neck. Show 'em that turkey neck.
Give me that guinea horn, baby girl.
Show me how you do the turkey neck, man. That sounds like me farting in the pool right there.
Excellent. Thank you, everybody.
All right, gal. Let me go before I get run over, man.
You got it, man. Thank you for the report. And
Aim low. Aim low if you're in the
All
tree
right, remember,
stand.
man, keep them tight and high tide.
Right on, baby girl.
Hey.
And that concludes the High Tide Fishing Report. That was a good report, don't y'all think?
I agree.
It was good.
I still don't know where to go fishing. But
Katie,
other than
well,
that,
you know, fishermen, they keep it a secret.
I know, but
They,
why have a
they
report?
fake like they're telling you something, but they're really not.
Like
Down south here, it's coveted. All the
Like I said, the fishing report this weekend for Southwest Louisiana is to go north.
Hey, our guy here, Wes, the producer, came up with a new Power of the Pessimism thing today. Like, just do it, and then we decided to say, just don't do it.
Just leave it for somebody
Just
else.
don't do it.
Fuck it.
If you're worried about it, just don't do it.
Yeah.
If you're concerned, let somebody else try first. It's like when the little bucket of drugs is passed around.
Little bucket of drugs.
You act like you take one, but you let the other guy take one first, and
Right.
then you see what happens
Watch
in about
out.
20 or 30 minutes.
Got my little bucket of drugs.
If an ambulance is called, you've made a good call.
Maybe don't do it.
Okay, we have headlines. I know that GQ, you had a lot of stuff on your mind about political and media. And
You almost have to ask me questions like I'm a talking head. Because
Okay.
there's so much shit going on that we hadn't
You
even
mean you
talked
can't
about.
think for yourself?
I can, but I don't want to bring it all up on my own.
Well, I'm giving
really.
you. I'm giving you the.
Here's the thing. Ask me about Afghanistan.
What do you think about Let's say just Afghanistan.
You know what? I am so proud of the Congress for passing the bill, that infrastructure bill. And I believe that the infrastructure of the United States and the roads and the bridges and the hospitals and the other stuff that people need really need to be fixed. Next question.
All right.
Does that remind you of the press conference the other day that Joe Biden did? He walked out. He
was doing it during my nap time.
He's a fucking moron, man. I mean, and
poor guy. He's not a moron. He's just dead in the head. He's gone.
No. Here's the thing, and I've been thinking about it. I think that's water.
No, it was a rubber band, man.
Oh, was it? All right. Here's the thing. I love what he ultimately is saying.
Who?
Biden. Get out of Afghanistan. That's the same thing that Trump said.
I'm with that.
Same thing Trump said. If Trump would have gotten elected, he would have had this problem.
Why did we leave all our stuff there?
There's a long, drawn-out explanation for that.
I'm sure there is, but military...
If you've got 90 minutes, I'll tell you.
Military never leaves anything anywhere, and it's always tactical. Any move the military makes is always tactical. Why would they leave their stuff?
Because you're forgetting that's part of the story. You're forgetting a very major part of the issue, which was we had trained a 300,000 person army for 20 years.
That's a good answer.
And these guys dropped their fucking pants at the door and left.
Hey, speaking of dropping your pants at the door, we just had somebody. Oh, Mr. CK.
So that being said, that there's something to be said for you've got to leave the army something to fight the Taliban with, or ISIS, or whatever they're called. And these guys totally just fucking left. Well, that's not necessarily Trump's fault. It's not necessarily Biden's fault. But they expected a specific amount of response from the people they left in country that were trained, that they trusted, sort of. And everybody knew that these guys were going to drop the ball. The best explanation I heard the other day was the people of Afghanistan are, in a word,
there's no D at the end of Afghanistan.
Barbaric.
How do you know? You've been there?
They might be the sixth. They might.
What do you think, doctor?
They might be 16th century. Maybe.
You think that's giving them too much credit?
Might be one or two people in there.
You think they're back to like Versailles?
They
the Eighth kind
bless their little rock-eaten hearts. They don't have a fucking clue like the Western world.
They kicked the Russians' ass.
A little history about Afghanistan.
Talk to us.
It was, when it first started out, it was not a Muslim country. Islamic State.
Explain how you understand this, because
what are the years? You talking about in the 70s?
Well,
way before that.
What I'm asking Dr. Johnny is he has family in that region of the country, of the world, and go ahead. That's why you know.
So at one point, I think in the 15, 16, 1700s, in that range, maybe even after that, it was part of India. India used to be a bigger country. Majority of the people that lived in Afghanistan at that time were Hindus or Buddhists. So if you go there, there's
nothing wrong with that.
A lot of Buddhist temples and a lot of Hindu temples as well.
Sounds nice.
Somewhere after, whenever
pick a date. We won't hold.
There's some empire that started pushing
Ottoman?
that way. They took over Afghanistan. A lot of the Buddhists and Hindus left and migrated to India and that side. Nepal, India.
Well, who stayed in Afghanistan?
The rock
nomads?
eaters.
The nomads. Pretty much the nomads. Basically, the people that didn't have the money to travel, or the ways
the sheep herders
to travel. Yes. Or not sheep herders, but
it was kind of like our Westlake, Louisiana.
Almost like the slaves.
Oh, wait a minute. My mom grew up in Westlake.
Sorry.
Almost like all the slaves of that town, the uneducated, right? So when you have this outside influence coming in and you're uneducated, you're very easily influenced.
Or manipulated. Well, same thing.
Same thing, right? So when that started happening, they became drones, right? So now you have these drones there, and then you have the Russian influence that came in.
Right. Charlie Wilson's war.
Then you have Mujahideen that's trying to fight them that the U.S. backed. So the U.S. has fucked this country more than once. I think this is like the fourth time they bucked this country.
No, we don't do that.
We don't do that at all.
Well, we don't go try to take their resources and use them for our benefit.
Any time they came up with any sorts of infrastructure, it got bombed.
Well,
So
hang
it's
on.
not
Have you
their
seen?
fault.
They hate
They're
these
drones,
cans.
Right? It's not their fault that the way they're living now.
Are you?
It's
Are you watching Kabul on the TV right now when they're flying
Kabul
airplanes
Live?
out? Let me tell you, man, the city looks very metropolitan. I was
And not
very
for long.
surprised. They
for
had
20 years
very
because
nice
the U.S. was
buildings.
on it, right? For
Yeah,
20
but
years
all
they
that
built
was
it up.
done then.
Yes. If you
Okay.
look at it pre
God
when Russia,
bless
when they're fighting
America.
With
with
big
the-
buildings and everything downtown. Look,
Ooh, they have
My-
big buildings?
well, I mean that's a
Every-
sign
fancy.
of money and influence and banking and other things.
Now think about it. Every year, how much money was the U.S. pumping into Afghanistan?
That's
I heard
something
numbers
like
of 20 billion
Yeah,
over
20 to
whatever.
50 billion. That's the number I heard. They're
Yeah.
not sure exactly how much, but that's the range I heard.
Well,
When you're pumping that much money into a country to build infrastructure,
well, check this out. On the back end of your story, I was actually listening to Russell Brand and his podcast.
He's
and
very conservative now.
I didn't.
he's
realize
just
how
kind of
he
just a
came.
dude. He just kind of like us. He just wants things to get better.
He hated Trump.
Well, what he
He
did,
hated Bush.
yeah, that's okay. But what he was saying, he was showing the numbers from Lockheed Martin and a bunch of various other ones that Raytheon that benefit from the last 20 years and their numbers for their corporation. Raytheon was their profits were at like close to 1,000%. Lockheed Martin was at 1,500%. So when you put $100 million into a project and you get 1,000% return, you're not going to really want to leave that area if you're a capitalist corporate pig.
But that suggestion is that Lockheed Martin.
It's not a suggestion. Those are numbers.
No. Your suggestion is that Lockheed Martin has the balls of the United States government to keep them in Afghanistan so they can sell more missiles.
You ever heard of Lockheed Martin Skunk Works? You
Totally
should check
disagree.
Oh, yeah.
with that. Totally
check it
disagree
out.
with that.
It's real.
Skunk Works is
But that
awesome.
was
With
Skunk
Lockheed
Works
Martin-
that had something to do with Man on the Moon and all that.
I have
No.
a relative that's married into the family, whatever, that is a higher end engineering person there. And he gets taken out to different, he was in Arizona testing different missiles and stuff. Well, she.
What?
What does that mean?
I mean, I can't really say who this person is.
Is
right?
it a Hugh Woman?
Well, this person basically said if this war would come to an end, or this conflict or whatever it's being called,
Right.
that they would lose, I think, 20% of their funding.
Funding from the government.
From the feds.
Okay, but my question.
That sounds like incentive to keep war going.
Oh, shit, huh?
Okay, but they have an incentive to keep the war going. And I don't want to get sidetracked on this because I think we'd be missing the point. But
What's the point?
the point is, Trump decided to end.
You can't say Trump because it triggers too many people.
Trump.
Oh God! Oh God!
Key platform.
So Trump was the one who initiated hey, let's get out of Afghanistan. I mean, I really do appreciate that, and I thought that
He did say it is a soundbite.
He actually talked to the Taliban about, hey, we're getting out of here. You got to let us get out of here.
We're going to take our
Y'all
stuff.
you can
we're
have
gonna
it.
go. It's
Okay.
been fabulous and terrific.
But the reality is we did spend 20 years there for different reasons, and we talked a little bit about that, I think you did, which is in the history of Afghanistan, A, B, C, D, E, F happened, but you can't put all of that on Biden, and you can't put all of that on Trump, and you can't put all of that on, Nikita Khrushchev.
Did you think it was going to go well at any point? I mean, how do you get the hell out of here?
Here's the thing. Did you think it was going to go well? Not for the Afghans. Did you think it was going to go well for us? I thought, we could have handled that better.
Has your life changed
I agree.
at all?
But also,
Mine?
Because of this conflict or the 20 years in Afghanistan? No, and we owe a debt of gratitude to the people that made our lives the same.
My life changed
These
because
Marines, these soldiers. But at the same time, we could have gotten them out of harm's way 10 years ago.
Okay, but 10 years ago, the message was different and the point of being there was different.
Do you remember what it was?
It was to
because I don't. I'm not being sarcastic.
No, I'm telling you, the Iraq-Afghanistan connection is to keep the wingnuts with rifles wherever they get them is moot.
Riding those camels, kicking that ass.
And they don't ride camels; they ride in Humvees, and they
U.S. Humvees.
They do stuff. So what over the Obama administration and then the Trump administration? How many times did we get a plane in the building?
I think that would happen just one day.
None. We didn't. And so all of the intelligence and all of the suppression that was
You're
taking
saying it
place,
works.
Well,
you're all about TSA and lock,
no,
Homeland Security and all that.
I don't think it worked. I thought it.
I hate traveling because of it. I can tell you that.
The inevitable down the road.
Goddamn TSA son of a...
I think it's a great idea to let the Taliban.
I think it's Taliban.
My friends in the Taliban. I want them to have their own nation, and now they have
That's so sweet.
But so you want them to have their own
humanist.
nation?
Yes.
Okay, but the reason why I feel that we overstayed our welcome there.
Black Lives Matter got their own nation in downtown Portland. Why can't the Taliban?
I think if we would have left after 10 years, the 300,000 troops we trained would have fought better against the Taliban. But
that's arguable, and I would argue that they were never going to do that.
But the Taliban, they represent...
my tooth is crooked. All right.
With the Taliban, what they represent, it's male superiority. It's basically these girls, these women are going to be beaten, even no education.
Yes.
And how is that better for that country?
It's because they choose it.
No, they don't choose it.
Yes, they do.
They have the guns, so that's why they have to do it.
No, they were given the guns and they laid them down, and now the women are getting beaten because they couldn't nut up.
Because we gave the money to the wrong... The corruption was caused by the U.S., right?
No.
When you go to... If you're the leader of this village, right? I come to you and say, hey, I'm going to give you $1 million to spend on the village.
Right.
What are you going to do? You're going to 75% of those people pocketed the goddamn money. And the U.S. knew that they were pocketing the money, but in the back of the U.S.'s mind is like, we're doing a good deed. We're giving the money to the head guy, so whatever he does with it is what he does, right?
If I bring 5 religious white people to an island in the middle of the Pacific, and there's 200 people there that are they eat people. What do you call them? Cannibals. Carnivores.
Carnivores.
And they trade in currency coconuts.
Okay.
So my point is, you got a 200-person, what do you call it? Country.
Country.
And
that seems pretty obvious.
And I love Jesus.
Jesus.
And God damn it, you should love Jesus too. So I'm going to send 5 of my best white guys in a boat.
Hey, man, why do you have to be white? Why do you have to be white?
Because it's important. And you send them down and you bring a bucket full of gold. Okay. Remember, they trade in coconuts.
Right. So the gold doesn't mean shit to them.
So
right?
you go in and you say, I have brought you these riches. I need you to listen to me about Jesus saving your soul. And eventually, what happens to the 5 white people? Jump ahead 2, 3, 4 months. They get eaten.
Because white folks are good eating.
What is the difference between capitalism heading into a rock-eating shitting group of people who beat women as a fucking, like you and I eat a Frito?
Now, mind you, that's the Taliban, not the...
You eat a lot of Fritos.
The country.
No, that is a sect of people in a very small part of the world, in a very tiny part of the universe.
Very extremist.
Leave
Extremely extremist.
them alone. If the women get pissed off
It's
enough,
true.
they'll figure out a way around it.
Now,
They
GQ,
don't
you're onto
care.
something. Leave them alone.
They don't care enough to either walk out of the country.
They tried to walk out and they get killed.
Well, yeah, they do get killed. That's
You know
the
what?
thing.
Then they
That's
need
kind
to,
of a thing.
They need to sleep with guys better so
God,
they
you're
do
so
more favors.
toxic. Toxic masculinity tour.
Let me tell you. Because let me just tell you. The
300,000 that were
300,000
listening to our show, it's gone.
they're all gone.
It's just-
The 300,000 people, men and women, that the United States and its allies, because don't leave that out, because other countries spend a ton of money and time and effort in that effort to
A tenth of what we spent.
Can we poll? Is this still interesting? Can we poll
No,
this?
I mean, they asked the question. This is the answer. And it all becomes very relative when you consider that the people that you're trying to change don't want to change.
That's it.
Well,
Leave
that's what you were saying the other day.
them
Yeah.
alone. And if the women get caned for dropping their mask below their fucking nose,
I feel like they should do something for
they
themselves.
should do something about it. Women in the United States did.
We should find out what the liberal Taliban think about this. You know, the socialist Taliban.
Fucking communists.
The ones that are into diversity and equality.
Do you see my point about Afghanistan? We don't need to be there.
I agree. We don't need to be there.
There's
You know,
nothing.
We should have never really went there.
They don't even have water parks.
The only reason we went there was Tora Bora. No,
No, we
Initially, yes.
Yes.
But Tora Bora, because that's where with the guy with the big thing that got
With the
shot
hat.
in the head.
The-
What's his
that
name? You
dude
could put
that
the
got shot.
buildings and the planes in the building. Osama bin fuckhead.
No, but he was
Obama bin
They
Laden?
found him in Pakistan.
Yeah,
I mean,
Obama.
Osama. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but they found him in Pakistan. They killed him, and then what's the point of us going to
say Pakistan like
But
you
he
say
was-
it? Hold on, time out. Can we
Yeah.
do this?
Yeah.
Say it like you say it.
Pakistan.
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 Do you work at the
Pakistan.
Circle K?
Yeah.
And this brought to you by
Owns the
Rosetta
Circle
Stone. Indian to English
I see.
translation.
Very nice to see.
What are you talking about?
But do you understand?
I like the way you
am
say
I-
Pakistan.
Did I at least convince everybody that is a valid argument? Which
Not
is
at all.
my sons and daughters, my friends' sons and daughters, don't need to be there. It's not a long term. It's for them. Leave it to them.
I agree.
I don't
right.
I don't want to change the Canadian.
And I think this
football
should
league.
conclude this portion of the story.
Well, that
what
was
do you
just
think?
the first part,
Because
Afghanistan.
Okay.
what do you think? Go ahead. You up, Dr. Johnny.
No, I was like very floored. I mean, really happy that FDA approved one of these vaccines.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Pfizer.
finally.
yes.
Does that make
Finally.
you feel better about taking the other one?
Oh my God, it's so awesome.
Fucking, I took the
And they
Moderna.
skipped-
Oh,
I
you're
did too.
going down.
I didn't have a choice. But
The awesome part is to get FDA approval, they skipped 15 steps in the middle, and the FDA just approved it.
Oh,
That's
no
so
way. What were
awesome.
the steps? Do you remember?
Well, one of the steps is a hearing that people that have taken in a public hearing that people go to.
Yeah.
They skipped that completely.
Yeah.
I mean,
did your
Everybody's heard of it
sister
already.
or cousin, whoever works at MD,
Hold on. The president is calling in, y'all. The president is calling in. Hold on.
way.
Can we get a second for the
What was that?
the president is calling in.
There you go. That's what I was waiting on.
This is real, ladies and gentlemen. The first time
report.
President Biden
Where is he?
is calling in right now.
The President of the United States.
Oh, I just did that.
There he is. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That was it. All
That was it.
Okay. Wait. So let me ask you. So
What are we
what was
talking
the
about?
question I just asked you?
Yeah.
What you talking about, women?
Your sister.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Okay. So I read something the other day that I thought was telling, which once again falls into the old narrative that what do you your conspiracy theories?
Millennium.
Every conspiracy theory is true. Okay.
Not everyone, but the one about cloud seeding that the NASA guy filled you in on.
No, that happens.
That's real.
Okay.
That was a conspirary theory.
Wuhan was a conspiracy theory.
The Wuhan lab was
Wuhan.
now it's coming from a lab. They didn't gang bang a bat and then get a pangolin and have them blow them, and that's how it spread. No, it was a lab, just like we fucking thought.
Are you suggesting they didn't gangbang a bat?
They might have. They're
I think they
Chinese,
did,
for
but
God's sake.
This kind of fun, though.
so horny.
That didn't necessarily perpetuate the disease, but they did do that.
They might have. If they eat bat, that's just jammed up anyway.
If you don't know that,
They do eat bat.
You're not.
They eat abroad. You watch this show?
Fuck bat.
They have it.
Fuck bat, brah. No, okay, so yeah, conspiracy theories. Where are you going?
so-
I just nailed 2 of them that are real.
So if you watch the numbers in an isolated community that really is isolated, albeit for the
Like an example. What's an example?
Israel,
They're isolated.
very much so.
Besides they
They opened up the Gaza Strip, so they're not.
And the Gaza is the only flyer, right? So I took what do we call it? The Moderna, right?
Yes.
Okay, I did Moderna only because that's what my doctor had.
Was she hot?
Man,
That's all my doctor had.
I did her twice.
Here, take this.
Fucking me too.
Shove this
I feel
in
weird
your
about that now.
Second time it hurt, but the first time was
Right?
pleasant.
The first time is the deepest. Or
Arm
something
a
like
little
that.
sore after that.
Actually, I think the second time was deeper, and that's
Hey, Poppy.
bounced off my bone.
The bone, Poppy.
It's like I'm not very big, so if they put a little shot in there, it's ka-tow. Anyway, so the numbers out of Israel bore out a very simple fact. When Delta came around, you saw the people who were hospitalized that were vaccinated initially were about 8%, right? And as time went on, the vaccinated numbers got a little bit bigger.
Oh, here's why. The TV said Delta's coming. The TV said go get tested. Then they get tested. Everybody's got COVID every day of their life. Seriously, it's a cold. And so
some people
the media
react very
perpetuates
badly
it.
to it.
Yep.
Then people get tested. Then there's more positives. But how many people are dying? 0.009, just like the COVID at its high point.
Right. And so you can skew the information, just like you and I we talked about
I
from
didn't
day one.
skew shit.
No. You can skew the information just like you and I
Yeah. Yep.
were. What's that?
That was my seat.
Chair.
That was my chair. I was scared.
And to
There's a
sway
poltergeist.
one
There's
way
a
or the
poltergeist
other.
in here.
But generally, I thought the Israeli information was interesting to me because I got vaccinated, and I thought I am protected from 2 things: getting really sick and dying,
Date rape.
and not going to the hospital. I'd stand at 8%
They changed the narrative.
chance
That's
of
not
that.
the narrative now. Just
No,
because
that's
you got the vaccine,
the
you can
numbers.
still spread it. You can still, Dr. Johnny, fill me. You can still spread
Wait, that's
it.
a different story. That's a different thing. If I got the
No, it isn't.
vaccine, I feel I am protected
Well, you say
against
feels, so you believe that you feel
8% hospitalization, 0% death. So that I stand a better chance of somebody who has not been vaccinated.
0.00.
The guy who's not been vaccinated,
0.09.
he's
I mean-
92% in the hospital.
No, that's bullshit. The numbers are out there, dude.
But 92% of the people that have been non-vaccinated are in the hospital that get it? Or?
Yes. Unvaccinated
That's
people
not
make
true.
up about 92% of the people in the hospital.
Yeah.
Those bastards.
Yes.
Yeah.
What numbers are y'all looking at?
The ones on, I was watching some show.
Oh, yeah.
It was, I don't know what it was.
Just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean you can't catch Delta variant and give it to somebody
it was
else.
MSNBC. That's
You
what it
can't.
was.
It
was,
okay, well,
it was
here
Ray
in-
Maddow.
Here, Ray.
He's a
here
good
in
guy.
Southwest Louisiana, the numbers bore out to be very specific. It normally, generally, if you can give a point here or there, 92% of the hospitalizations were unvaccinated. 100% of the deaths were unvaccinated.
How many died?
Right.
2?
No.
No,
A lot more than that.
A lot
And I
more.
want to know
Hundreds.
ages. I want to know
Hundreds.
pre-existing
Hundreds.
conditions. I want to know, were they 100 pounds? Did they get hit by a car?
Did they have cancer and they're dying of cancer? And they
No,
Like
that's
my dad, they tried to do too? Yeah.
That's an interesting point, and you can bring that up as being, oh, well, he had cancer, he was going to die anyway. But the people,
whenever you give incentives to hospitals to give COVID,
yeah, but that's kind of an older argument.
well, let me finish so it doesn't sound crazy. To give diagnosis of COVID and they get 19,000. If they get on a respirator, they get another ton of money.
So you think they're just inflating the numbers?
I think that they're
not
lot.
inflating
That's
them.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, we should talk about. You know what? This is the power of pessimism. We need to talk about the COVID upside. What is the upside to
Kills
COVID? My business has got a bunch of money. I mean, that was cool. My kids didn't have to go to school, and we all hung out at the house, and no one was really bugging us.
Family bonding.
There was a lot of bonding.
What do you call it when nature weeds itself out?
It's when COVID goes right.
Darwinism.
What happens when COVID goes right? I think that's. Yeah, I had a good time during COVID, honestly, man. I was doing a lot of swimming. I was running a lot. I was jogging. And
playing a lot of tennis, too.
Yeah, you and I, Dr. Johnny, we were playing a lot of tennis, man, getting to know people.
No pants.
We were doing the no pants dance.
No suits, no pants. Come on.
Man, how much sex did y'all have during COVID with people you didn't know?
Oh,
a lot. A lot.
Damn.
The upside of COVID.
I know, wait. I'm obviously missing something here.
I know my right hand really well. I'm just saying.
Did you get a blister? You got a blister
every night.
Pornhub stock went up.
If you sit on it and get it numb, it feels like someone else is doing it.
It's called a stranger.
Yeah, but you look at it, it's a man's hand, dude.
Don't look at it.
So now you're getting jacked off by a man's hand.
You just take some lipstick and put it on the other side of your hand.
As long as you say no homo, it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a thing?
That's a thing.
Is that a thing? It's a meditation thing.
No homo. No homo. No
Dutch
homo,
rower.
No homo.
I don't know what that means. The old Dutch rower.
Oh, that's the other name.
Oh,
for
you gotta. But now, if you're
for the stranger,
if you're making your own hand. No, I looked down. My hand was numb, and it was a man's hand, and I felt a little gayer.
No,
sure.
In your mind, just say no homo.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, that doesn't work.
It works.
I'm way too intelligent. I mean,
100% of the time, it works.
You know,
just say no homo.
My parents said that I was gifted, and so I can't fool myself like that.
Look, if I say GQ, suck my dick, before he sucks my dick, I go no dick.
It's fine.
Hey,
that's the rules.
Yes,
man,
those are the rules.
This conversation just got a lot more gayer.
And that's fine. Not that that's not
no
okay.
Homo. No homo.
No homo.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
No homo.
No homo.
No
Which brings up a point. The priest that used to molest me.
Yeah, right. We all know
you were
priest.
not known. Everybody else was. He didn't want to touch you.
Yeah.
He told
He
me
did not want to touch you.
told me
priest
all the
wanted
time,
you.
If I whack off too much, I'll go blind.
Dude, that's why you wear glasses.
And that's why I can't see.
I'm cross-eyed as a
That
mug.
guy was right. And my life is really in trouble.
What are some of those other things you heard as a kid? Like, don't jump in the pool and swim.
Crackers.
If you beat
You
off,
can
you're
only
going to
eat
go blind.
crackers. You're gonna
Everyone's going to give you free drugs.
Asian
Did you hear
women's
that?
vaginas are sideways.
see that.
Is it? No, that was the whole DARE program. That's what they tell you. Like, you're going to be refusing drugs all the time. Just say no.
We're too old
Every
for
corner.
dare.
Like, oh, okay.
Hey, let's
That
start
was
a
me.
power of pessimism drug thing for kids. Just say maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. If they offer free drugs, like, probably it's
Just say maybe.
might be fine.
Just dip it in a little further.
Just put your finger in the deal a little bit further.
Today I was listening to a conversation. I swear to God, I was so tired because we've had a lot of
How tired were you?
very tired because all these people are
As tired
getting
as
very mad that it's taken a year to get them back into their businesses. And Joe Biden's here.
Yep.
And I'm telling them, that's fine. If you can find people to come in from out of town that will help the electricians and plumbers, off you go.
You got him. 45,000 Afghanistanis have been.
Oh, my God, they're here.
Dude, if they could put a roof on, I'm in.
All we have to do is train them, and they're going to kick ass. They're going to kick ass. Give that guy a gun. So the conversation today wrapped around, it was probably a 3-minute conversation. At one point, somebody said gateway. What does that scream to you?
Gateway drug?
Gateway drug. And so at the end of the
To
conversation,
me, it was like a computer. I remember the gateway computers.
oh, no way.
That's the first. When you say gateway, that's the first thing that popped in my mind.
You're doing the
Oh, that's
wrong
good.
drug.
Name association you associate with a corporation.
There you
that
go.
cow box.
A dead corporation.
A cow box.
Which is crazy. 'Cause
They
They,
had a
made a
great-
bunch of money.
They did.
They got gobbled up by somebody.
They did. I think Dell or
Dell.
one of them.
But my point
And where's
was,
Dell?
after that conversation, they looked at me and said, "So what do you think?" And I said, "You had me at Gateway." And they both looked at me and said, "You've got to be kidding me." And I was like, "No, you have to repeat the whole thing," because I stopped at gateway drug, and I'm just wondering what's next.
And now he's on to bigger and better things, man. Hey, well, let's go to the other
Heroin.
section. How do I know if meth is good for me? So you were saying you was a gateway drug. Tell me about meth and your trauma and the things that happened to you when you were on meth for all those years.
There's no trauma.
It was all fun.
It was an absolute kick in the ass.
Yeah, but can't you not use your anus anymore?
No,
when there's
I don't
stuff?
care. I don't care.
don't
He
need it.
doubles stuff his anus now.
Number one, I'm thin.
You're looking good.
I
You're
look
looking
great.
svelte, baby.
I stay up all night. I never sleep. Just
That's good.
Who's the guy who
You can
made
sleep
that?
when you're dead.
Who's the guy who made that company? What's his name? Warren Buffett. He never sleeps.
But he's fat,
fucking
though.
meth head.
He's
fat,
a
though.
total meth head.
He's a meth head.
But he's fat.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, because
And he has all of his teeth.
no.
Well, those
Those
are
are fake
insurance.
teeth. Fake fucking teeth, and he wears a bodysuit. There's no doubt. Yeah,
You know,
what else?
how do I know if prostitution is right for me?
When
It's going to be a hard place.
Wait. When is it not right for you?
Well, I'm thinking about becoming a male prostitute.
No. We don't
Yeah,
deal with that.
And
What about
because I'm
female
trying to make some money,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it's getting hard out there.
Pacatum.
But yeah, I mean, how do you know if prostitution is right for you, Dr. Johnny?
Yeah.
If it feels good, it's right for you.
If it feels good, do it. Like that Better Than Ezra song.
Yes.
Wait, are you suggesting that you're a prostitute?
What is that? Is that OnlyFans shot down? What does that mean?
Shut down.
No, really, they shut it down?
changed their mind.
No, it's not shut down. They still have it, but no pornography anymore.
Dude,
No,
my
they-
account.
They
That's all
changed their mind.
They changed their mind.
They changed their mind about that. They were
Yes.
like, "Oh, we didn't realize."
Oh,
okay,
so my
fuck.
page
How much
is now.
money they're going to
Yeah.
be losing
My page is done.
Wait,
for 98%.
was paid programming.
of what?
Oh, man.
Sex programming. I mean,
Oh,
basically.
98% of their revenue
porn.
was porn.
Yeah, it was my live show
So,
that I
like,
used to do.
Yeah, it was the same thing that happened with Tumblr.
Google?
I don't know if y'all heard of Tumblr.
Backpage. Same thing happened. Backpage is gone
Backpage,
now.
fucking probably
Okay,
Craigslist.
we're going sexual digital right now
See,
on the
like-
Power of Pessimism podcast.
Only
GQ and Sweet D
I don't
had
know
their.
what that is. Okay,
Only
I'm
fan
mid-
page?
the one
Yeah,
I'm
right.
missing
I
that.
subscribed to it.
It was me
Right.
filming him
Yep.
playing with himself
Playing
mostly.
with himself and get dildos and stuff.
And getting, dude, we
Right.
had no money. We made no money. Go figure.
You got
Wait.
mine, the penny a
Yeah.
month thing.
Right.
Oh man, I was hashtag black from the waist down guy. And I made like $14 one day
Fuck
doing
yeah.
that.
Can we Jen Psaki and circle back on on the idea that you filmed a dude with a dildo?
Who did?
You did.
Not
but it was
this week.
you.
It wasn't me.
That's what the
Yes.
joke was. We were saying it was you.
Remember a couple of weeks
I am so lost on this whole conversation.
Remember a couple of weeks ago when you're so high on meth that you didn't know where you're at?
Oh, we're still talking about
This is the
meth.
comedy portion of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
I am totally lost on all that.
I've definitely made $14 the hard way.
and that means a dildo.
I meant raking my neighbor's yard as a kid. I hated it. Just hated
Is that
it.
what the kids are calling it these days?
I was raking his yard,
Raking
man.
his yard?
I'm going to go
I
rake
hate
that
that.
guy.
Hey,
How big was his yard?
Which priest was it?
He didn't have a sack to put all the stuff in.
Oh, no.
Dude, it was bad.
That's weird. That's what that priest that used to molest me say. Hey,
What did he say?
I'll give you $14
He said, hey,
to rake my
GQ,
yard. That's
stop
weird.
calling me every day, GQ.
Well, we didn't have cell phones back then. So,
Stop calling me.
God, dog.
Let's see, is there
harassing
any news out there? Is there any real...
If my mom and dad were alive and they were listening to this, and I were to say something
They would
like
not
that,
like
my
me very
father would show up here
Yeah.
and say, "The hell are you talking about?"
Son, get your ass back home.
Well, number one, he would have shot any priest that touched me, and number two is no priest touched me. But
Yeah.
once again, apparently I wasn't very
What's wrong with you?
No.
Hey, we have the High Tide Fishing Club guy calling back. He thought of something.
Oh,
Go ahead, hit it, man.
You're live.
Still on the show.
You're
Did you think of
live.
something?
Oh, no. Well, call me when you're done.
Whoa, you just want to hear how good you sounded?
No. I got some questions for you.
All right, would you stop at the store and get me those Trojans? The
Magnums
sheepskin.
or
Sheepskin.
elephant size?
Extra XL.
Oh,
All right.
XM?
And some whole milk,
Dream.
please.
Whole milk.
Whole
You want
milk and some peanut
water
butter.
hose, Earth, Wind, and Fire, some Cool Whip?
Yes. Ooh, Earth, Wind, and Fire
And
soundtrack.
Cool Whip.
Goes down smooth every time. A little Earth, Wind, and Fire and Cool Whip. Yeah, baby. You doing
Love it.
good.
Love it.
Yeah. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
okay. I'll check with you later, baby. All right, that was KD.
Well, I thought
He
he'd
might-
have some
Sure.
good stuff.
How long has the show been going? It's probably too long, but this one's been pretty
An
damn
hour.
funny.
Yeah.
Pretty damn funny, I must say.
Fast hour. We'll
Okay,
say
I would
that.
like to cover one subject. We can cover it next time. And
Well, you can
we
do
have-
it right now.
we
Talk
have
to us.
10 minutes, right?
Talk to us.
Sure.
No, we need Johnny Lawrence back in here.
Oh, he's right there. There he
All
is.
right, here
There
he
he
comes.
is.
Hey, put your pants back on, Dr. Johnny.
No. It's fine. No homo.
Jesus.
No, Mo. We should need. Hey, by the way, we have
No,
shirts.
no.
We do have shirts now. We're going to get them out there at some point. Toxic Masculinity Tour 2021 and 22. We're very proud of this tour. Really, it's because we've been getting bullied by everybody out there. And GQ, what would you like to add to that one?
We want to know. We last time. Can you tell me how much money we raised for charity after the last sale of T-shirts? And it was well over 100,000.
It was close, yes.
Yeah.
And we want to get past that this year.
We want to pass it, and I think with the pandemic slowing down, maybe we don't get hit by a hurricane. I mean, it's hard to ask people for money here in this part of the country.
Well, all four of us
that are surviving, with
survivors.
like pretzels and peas and maybe milk. if
Dr.
you're lucky.
Johnny, when are the AVN awards that we're going to? We'll be signing condoms at the AVN Awards in Las Vegas this year.
Second week of January.
We'll be signing condoms because we want to. We
Raising
know
money.
Catholic people. We know a lot of
Raising money.
Catholics.
And I'm about to Airbnb that 10-bedroom house that we saw.
Yeah.
Yes.
With that pool and outside area. So
Right.
What we're really hoping to have is our own condom, the Power of Pessimism, and it never works, by the way. Condom that we're autographing. We want to brand condoms for toddlers,
Yep.
high schoolers, nuns,
Right.
anyone who's afraid to have sex but really wants to.
We're helping Republicans because they can't get pregnant early, and we're helping Democrats because
There's
Why?
less Republicans.
because there's less Republicans. Right? So
Hippies don't wear condoms.
when we go to Vegas and we're signing and we're charging $20 a condom, that's a big deal. And
That's
we're going
cheap.
to raise a lot
but
of money.
it's for charity.
Right,
It's for
right.
charity.
We're- yeah,
it's
and
for the kids.
200% of the proceeds.
We're raising money to not
Look.
have to kill that kid.
I'm not here to do a
Yes.
PSA on just what we're giving back to the community by giving these signed condoms out. It's just responsible. What we're doing is responsible for the community. Do y'all agree?
Absolutely.
Yes, and every dollar that we may put in our pockets, we're going to put in the hands of an unborn child.
We're going to start a home for wayward girls between 18 and 25 with this. And we are going to take that money.
We're going to pull in girls from Russia, 18 to 20.
It is going to be the Popcast Home for Wayward Women. We're going to use that money productively.
And you know what? And the strippers that are working, they need the money too because they're putting themselves through med school and law school.
Right.
They are
Poor girls.
So proud of them.
Choked up right here.
Proud.
Those poor girls, all they do is work their little hearts out.
Work. They dance for you.
I think that we should set a new goal for ourselves this year of 2022. Is it what year is it?
I keep
Sure.
saying it's 2021, but
It is one.
The
right?
Toxic Masculinity Tour is 2021 and 22. And what we're doing is we're raising money for wayward women, strippers that don't have a place to go and stay.
And we're raising money for unborn babies because we can't give it to them, so we get to keep it. That's the
Well,
underlying.
because the more,
problem.
I don't even understand
The
what
more
that
unborn
means. That
babies
was-
there are.
Wow. What?
the more condoms for kids we sell, the more
You
unborn
take
babies there.
a good joke and then you just fart all over it.
I mean, I don't know if you're sponsoring abortions or
Yeah, I didn't know what that
I'm
meant.
just raising money to not give it to anybody. That's the point of the whole exercise. Hey, rewind that.
We have a
Delete that.
responsibility. to the young women that don't have anywhere to go.
Look, the guy, I'm taking a page from the, what's the guy from Baton Rouge who got busted with a hooker on Airline Highway?
Your dad. No, just kidding.
Is one of a senator or
No,
Vitter?
Religious
Vitter?
guy. Religious guy.
Oh, that was, yes. It's coming to me. It is Ozzy Osbourne sang a song about him.
Mr. Crowley, Alistair.
No,
Crowley.
it's
He had a huge university in
He was,
Baton Rouge.
right off of, and he had the whole,
Swaggart.
Jimmy Swaggart.
Jimmy Swaggart. I'm just taking out a page out of the book of Swaggart, which is, I am doing this for the good of mankind.
You just sounded like Nick Nolte.
You know, so be it to you that mankind might be me.
Do you know? Yeah, that was deep. That was deep. Let's take a moment, everyone.
I've been thinking that way. I've been thinking that way for at least 30 minutes.
Okay. Does anybody have any of their old notes? Let's bring up some old notes.
We were supposed to take notes?
Oh, yeah. Well, I always do.
Wait. I do have one. I hadn't talked about it yet.
I have binge-worthy TV coming up, and
No,
we
this
want
is
to talk
a
about that.
10-minute conversation, and then
10 minute to you
call it
is
quits.
not 10
Okay.
minutes. You're going to eat up the last 10 minutes
So
with
that's
something?
like 50
No, I'm going to
minutes.
ask y'all because I know what's going to happen. I'm just asking y'all. So when Texas and Oklahoma join the SEC.
We're going football, SEC football, good.
Okay.
We're going sports. I like it.
Okay,
LSU.
I'm going to throw one thing out there, which is people would ask, why would the SEC involve Texas and Oklahoma into the conference? I mean, it's hard enough as it is, blah, blah, blah.
Let's stop right there for a second, honestly, and talk about this because the SEC is already stacked with talent, and now you're going to bring Oklahoma and who?
Texas.
UT. Oh, that's right. Dr. Johnny went to UT.
Yeah, that's why. All right. So there's one very easy answer, right?
Hasta mañana, hombre.
Money. It's
Montana
all
rules,
money. It's
baby.
all about money.
Okay, money.
Yes.
Moolah.
I had no idea that Texas.
They bring in a ton of
They're
money.
half a college
$1 billion
football.
a year.
How much?
Half
Wait,
of
hold on.
college
How much?
football.
$1 billion a year.
Holy
the
shit.
largest, higher than anybody.
Can you almost
Wow.
say that UT is America's college football team?
Yes.
It's not
No
even
doubt.
the U.S.
Not even close.
They market worldwide.
Not even close.
With that burnt orange.
You know who's number 2?
Nope.
The Catholics, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, and they're terrible.
Nostradamus.
They're terrible. As a football team,
That
God
writer.
bless
now
them, but
on
they're
the
not
other
fun.
The academic side, Texas is a number 2 endowed university behind Harvard on the academic
Avid.
side.
Oh.
That's impressive.
Well,
Yeah.
stacked.
I didn't know that.
Sucks.
You preached that for years, but I didn't listen to you because I didn't care. But now it's part of the SEC in a
Yes.
couple of years, and whenever it's all integrated.
crazy.
So Oklahoma makes a shit ton of money.
Oklahoma is a great university.
Yeah, it is.
with tons of
I don't
football
want 'em
and
in the
basketball.
SEC.
Oh, it's going to make it more difficult.
I don't want UT in the
No, but did you
SEC.
see what ACC and the Pac-10 or whatever they're
They should
doing?
do the super
They're
conference.
super conferencing as well now. So you know who gets left out? Your Oklahoma States, your Texas Tech,
And that's not cool.
Baylor.
That's not cool.
But
I mean, those are good teams
they
you
are,
just
but
named.
they rode just like A&M and Missouri.
So
for
it's
the
a kind of
longest time.
a
they rode the coattails of the Oklahomas and the Texas.
what do they call it on Wall Street whenever it's a corporate takeover? Hostile takeover.
hostile takeover.
Yeah, these have been hostile takeovers. And these Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, which are fine schools.
Oh, they have a
excellent
huge following.
teams.
Yes.
Athletics are off the charts and academics are good. They get left. Baylor. I mean, damn, Baylor's medical.
Baylor has its own
badass,
money.
but they deserve. They work hard for their medical accreditation. They deserve a good football team and a good conference where the kids
have
can get
one.
excited.
They won the basketball NCAA title.
that's
last
about to
year.
go
There you go.
away
No, it's not.
because
Okay.
they're going to get left out. They're not
I
going to
don't
be in a
think
super
so.
conference.
I don't think so. And here's my amazing stat that I did not understand. So because the Big Ten television revenue every year was $64 million per team.
Whoa! Say that again. Back that up.
$64 million per team in the conference. probably 80% of that revenue was brought to you by
Ohio State.
University of Texas. I'm sorry, Big 12.
Big 12, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking, fuck Ohio State.
No, it's the Big 10.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking, but I was like, wait a minute. What's the SEC? Well, the SEC, with all its great teams, and the fact that it has all of the Southeast people watching television every week, plus the dribblings around the country, how much money do you think they made a year per team because of television revenue? $20 million.
Jeez Louise.
Not even fucking close. So I was like, wait, whoa. So when Texas and OU come to the SEC, LSU basically doubles
and you
its
mix
revenue.
You mix that with DraftKings, and what could go
Doubles
wrong?
its revenue.
The local casino, Golden Nugget, is
Holy shit.
about to open up a whole sports book area.
Ooh, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to lose money I don't have.
I know.
That's going to be great. We're going to double down on Cleveland Browns, and it's going to work.
GQ, with that statement, you're right. So
why are you coughing, dude? COVID report. COVID report.
All these A&M fags out there, right?
Oh, fag meaning Film Actors Guild.
I guess, but no. But all these A&M people talking about
Let me get this straight. You don't like A&M?
Well, I hate fucking A&M, right?
Well, they're pretty stupid.
They're dumbasses.
They're total
Complete fucking dumbasses.
They're not dumb. I know
Yeah,
a lot
they
of
kinda
A&M
are.
people. They're very,
And they're
Any
all
A&M
dumbasses.
fans out there listening to us, this is called the Power of Positive Thinking podcast. So go look that one up next time.
Roll Tide.
So-
is that wrong?
So these guys are complaining about Texas joining, right? But little do they know, the SEC did not want A&M and did not want Missouri.
No one wants A&M.
They wanted Texas and Oklahoma, right? But because Texas had the Longhorn Network and Oklahoma had theirs, that SEC didn't want to. It was a money issue.
It's
There was a money
contractual
issue.
issue.
It was a money issue, right? So as soon as Texas sold the rights to the Longhorn Network to ESPN and so did Oklahoma to their whatever, they're free. That's what they're open now.
I was amazed at how much money Texas raised every year through television contracts
Oh, dude.
and whatever.
Hey, Wes, make this segment on a clip, the SEC Southeastern Conference clip, because this is good stuff, and it's about the SEC.
Okay.
What's happening now and why that school is so scared for Texas coming in is because these recruits that
Who's
were
scared?
going A&M, these recruits that
True.
were going to A&M because
Now they're going to Texas.
because of the SEC.
You nailed it.
They weren't going to A&M because of A&M. They're going to A&M
That's
because
right.
of SEC.
Good call, man. Paul
Well-
Feinbaum would be proud of you right now.
Okay, wait, but I have a.
And now these Texas guys that, Texas by far probably has the best football players in the nation, high school football.
as
I
a
guess-
total.
And next to Louisiana.
I guess Florida and
California.
Yeah, Louisiana,
argue,
pretty
but
much.
Louisiana's
Texas by
like
far,
fifth.
if you look at the recruits,
Joe Burrow,
drafted
Travis
to the
Etienne,
pros
all those
or whatever,
Burrows, Ohio.
They will not look at A&M anymore.
True.
They
Well,
will
hang
look
on.
at Texas.
Hang on.
Well, they're going to look at all. It's going to water the whole
And
thing
Oklahoma.
down.
Oklahoma already had badass recruiting classes coming in. So
I have to check your enthusiasm.
And I'm making fun of A&M just because I grew up as a kid with a UT fan and as a UT fan. But honestly, it's a great university and they have a great program. But you're right. It's about to get watered down because they're not going to get the recruits going to the SEC.
Wait a
and
minute.
What about OU?
Wait a minute. You're wrong.
This just in.
You're wrong. So what you have to realize is that when A&M came into the SEC,
Wes, give us like
and
3
Missouri
minutes on this topic.
came into the SEC. How did Missouri? Do you remember? It's a great trivia question.
Oh, I know where you're going. This is a good story.
So on the East, Missouri went in the East for some reason, and A&M, of course, went in the West. So Missouri, how'd they do that first year? They won the Eastern
did
Conference.
they have to finish second?
They won the Eastern Conference.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. look
Well,
it
if
up.
he's not, then the next season they did.
Okay.
Like
I know-
we
I know-
thought,
I was floored
I
with
think
that.
they did really well.
we thought
I'm pretty sure
Missouri
they-
was going to be soft, and they came in like pretty tough.
But
And the
what has
reason-
A&M done?
Wait,
Nothing.
hang on. Bullshit.
They beat LSU in that 5 overtimes where the
Bullshit.
refs stole it from us.
So they get Jimbo Fisher, who was one of the most sought after coaches in the U.S.
We liked him at LSU.
When did they get him? 2 years
4
ago.
years ago?
No, 2 years ago.
No, more than that.
No, because they had the other guy before that for the longest time, the black coach.
Oh, he was awesome though.
He was.
Yeah.
He was
He's a
good.
smart
he
dude, but
helped-
he didn't have a lot of success.
No, he
but
totally
I like
helped.
him. I'd put him on my team any day.
But he totally helped build that program. I love Kevin Sumlin, right?
Yeah, him.
And he's fucking great. And they had great
Solid
teams
dude.
under him.
BLM.
Okay. What does that mean? Okay. All right. Yeah. No, whatever. Yeah. That's right. He's black.
Brown Lives Matter.
I forgot him. Yeah, I like him, and he's fabulous. I
Well,
don't know
we're
where
going to
he
do a
is
movement,
now,
ball
but-
sacks.
So they
that's
move
not what I'm
up.
liking.
When they move up, they take Jimbo Fisher. Look at his background. He was a head coach at Florida State.
Golly.
He left Florida State right when they were about to get in some sort of a trouble situation. Wait, and back it up. Where was he before that? He worked for Nick Saban at LSU.
Hey, where was he before that? Texas.
I don't know. Yeah,
Really?
but he wasn't.
Yes.
He wasn't
He
that
was
high
supposed
up.
to be the heir apparent in Texas.
I got
That's
something.
right. And he left and came to work for Saban.
Hey, I got
because-
something I want to throw in. What about Clemson's coach that he might go over to
Debo?
Debo might go to Bama whenever Saban leaves.
They've been saying that. Saban ain't leaving. He'll die.
Saban he's like 9,500 years old now.
Oh, he's the spawn of
Wait.
Satan.
Yes.
Can we
He is the
finish?
spawn of evil.
Can we finish the A&M thread? Okay, so Fisher gets wherever he comes from back and around. That's right. He was there with Mac Brown.
He's done
And
well.
Mac Brown wouldn't leave.
Nope.
And so everybody blames Mac Brown, but Mac Brown was awesome.
No, Mac Brown fucked
I'd
Texas
hold on to that
two
like
ways.
Biden's
Don't
holding
think.
on.
Wait. So now, who has the best facilities in the United States of America in terms of what the high school, football players say? And I've watched
A&M
it.
does.
A&M.
But
A&M.
wait for it. Wait for it.
A&M. They painted
Wait
it
for
orange.
Hold up. Texas waited for A&M to redo theirs, and now they're redoing that of theirs.
We're gonna one up you, boy.
Okay. My
And
point
they
is,
don't have the money that Texas has to compete with Texas.
well, LSU
And now
used
you
to
can
have
pay,
the
hold
best.
up,
But
now
they
you
got
can,
the
now
smarts.
you can pay for the players too, right? Now you can play for players, right?
Oh, you need to
Right.
be in Austin.
Did you say play for payers?
Play the players.
Pray
pair,
for
pair.
prayers.
It's been a long day, ladies
It
and
has.
gentlemen.
Prayers.
Fucking shitty day.
I hear
It's
what
been a
you're
shitty
saying.
day.
I hear what you're saying. And if I'm a great high school football, if my son is a badass high school football player, and I'm his agent, I'm going to UT. If I got my druthers right, I'm going to UT. Or
How much time, Wes?
Oh, we're at an hour 7.
No, I meant for this conversation. We're supposed to be on 3 minutes. I think we're down to 1.
Oh no, yeah.
So,
we're
in
on an hour
summary,
7.
Gus,
You've got to go. You got to go to UT. Probably University of Miami. They would have a lot of drug dealers and just
You have to
business
have
owners
tattoos and
willing
guns.
to pour money into you.
LA, USC,
But
UCLA.
would they? I don't
It's
know.
La La Land, right?
Clemson, they don't have any money in South Carolina.
dude, they keep winning though.
But
So
now,
I'd
but
go to
now
that
you pay
or
for your
Rutgers.
players, right? So
Man, is Clemson good? Except for when LSU kicked that ass.
Oh.
We were
Hey,
there.
Rutgers, they have to have a lot of rich alumni, right?
They're smart. I know that. They're
So
smart.
when you go to Notre Dame and a rich alumni wants to give you money, Notre Dame won't let you take it. And you're such a dumbass Catholic kid that you say, okay, that's the honorable way. I'm not going to take
Notre
any
Dame
money.
has spoken.
I mean, and
That's
you
the
got Ann
recruiting
Arbor,
process.
Michigan would have
Jesus
money.
would want you to
and
play
Ohio
for
State
us,
has
son.
money.
Okay,
There are so many big companies.
we
in
got to
Ohio
switch
State.
gears,
But, and that
ladies and
city is a
gentlemen.
good city too. It's a pretty fucking
Yeah, it
place.
is, yeah.
My niece goes to Purdue, and Purdue's Lafayette, Indiana, whatever. It's
Stanford.
It's a solid university. Always has been.
Stanford
Drew
will pay
Brees,
good
ladies
money,
and gentlemen.
talent.
but they don't pay for. Remember, the Stanford, you cannot get a scholarship for sports.
Scholarship.
The scholarships are only for academics. Same thing with Harvard.
Well, then
Same
that
with
would
all of them.
never affect them taking a deal with a shoe company.
You go to Stanford because you want the education and because they want you.
Yeah, and you're a screaming liberal, but you're a genius,
I
and
don't
you
know.
will get
There
a
are
great job.
Yeah,
There's
I mean
some
Tiger
rad-
Woods went there, right?
Yeah.
and he's not.
He's
screaming
cool.
liberal, and he's not screaming liberal at all.
No, he's not. And quarterback. What was the quarterback that played at Stanford?
Nathan
John Elway.
John Elway.
John Elway, but then there was
Luck didn't
Andrew Luck, and then another one. Did people
Dave
forget about that played at Cal, our boy Aaron Rodgers, right?
Rodgers,
Cal?
Yeah, Cal.
He didn't go to.
What a smart freaking
went Cal.
dude. I mean, these guys are smart. That's impressive to have to deal with those kind of academics and athletics. Impressive. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. And I think I have one that we can all get behind. What is y'all's and our listeners' favorite binge-worthy television right now? And I've gone on to one old one that I used to watch and one new one, but it's old. The Pablo Escobar on Netflix.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man, is that good.
Yeah.
That is
that's
good. I'll recommend everyone watch that. It's subtitles, so you can't like fall asleep watching it or anything. But then the other one that is unbelievable that I love, it's probably one of my favorites in the world, Entourage. And Ari Gold is my favorite character in the history of television. Let's hug it out, bitches.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen Entourage?
No.
Don't waste it.
Man, start from day one.
Okay, so
Okay.
you know how they based him from?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg. He's the producer.
No, Arliss. Remember watching the show Arliss?
Yes.
Yes,
that was
yes,
a good
yes.
show.
No. Mark Wahlberg
his
was
agent.
the
Yeah,
actor
he's
dude.
he's Vincent Chase
Yeah.
character.
Now Ari Goldberg was off of
Ari
Arliss.
Gold.
Ari Gold. He was off of
He's
Arliss.
the best.
What was that guy's
He
name?
never
was funny.
Jeremy
Arliss.
Piven.
I don't know what his name
No,
is.
it's
Arliss.
the actor's name.
But Jeremy Piven plays Ari Gold, and
Yes.
he does an unbelievable job. He's crude, he's rude, he never takes no for an answer, and he's always going to get what he wants. And what I find so refreshing about him is we all go through this life and we get frustrated, like we're all having to deal with right here with hurricanes and stuff. Well, he just shoots it out there out of his mouth, and because he's so verbal, he's able to deal with it. And he's crude.
I can't be verbal. I have to be.
So what's a binge worthy? What do you like, man? GQ?
I know what I'm trying to watch.
What is it?
It's the it's on like
We
Key
can
West.
come back to you. We'll come back to you, but
it's on-
one that sticks out in your head. Outer Banks. No, that's
Yeah, it's very slow.
Outer Banks is one that
Is it
everyone
horrible?
loves.
Is it good?
And that's
Outer
pretty good. My
Banks is
daughter watches
great,
it.
man.
I'm on 4 now.
What do you think, Wes? You watch Outer Banks?
I've never heard of it.
Okay, he's well informed.
No, well, don't watch
What do
it.
you watch, Producer Wes?
I mean, I love Rick and Morty. That show's hilarious.
That's not what we're talking about.
If you're into cartoons,
it's not a miniseries.
If you're gonna talk cartoons, I mean Bob's Burgers. I
Oh,
can't
fuck
get
yeah.
enough of that shit.
Invincible. Have y'all heard about it?
I haven't seen that one.
That's on Amazon Prime. It's like a superhero series. Yeah, it was a actual comic book back in the day, but
I kind of. I haven't. I
Marvel
haven't
or
watched it, but I've
DC
seen
or
it.
what?
no.
Some boutique brand.
I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't know. I don't know shit about comics. I just watched the show.
I do. I kind of got into comics as a kid, so I love the
Boys,
Spider-Man
The Boys?
stuff and all that
The
shit.
Boys is awesome.
Yes, that's a
another
great.
good
I've seen it.
superhero
I'm already
one.
done. I'm waiting for a new one.
Yeah,
I've
for real.
I've started rewatching Brockmire.
What's his name? Captain. Who's the Mr.
fuck.
America?
Yeah,
He's the best.
I forget.
He's the best. And that the in season 2, the female superhero they introduced with
yeah.
the shaved side of her head's kind of a activist hippie
shit.
girl.
Yeah.
She is a badass.
She's a badass. Yeah,
And she get killed at the end, right? At that scene.
They all die at some point.
everyone dies.
I'd like to go on record that I have no fucking idea.
Okay, it's
should
called
watch
The
it.
Boys. It's The Boys on Netflix
It's
or
good.
Amazon.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
It's great.
Doesn't sound like I'm going to watch it.
One of them, remember when she kills the guy banging him?
Oh,
She's a
fucking
superhero.
yeah.
She's a superhero, and she
was
takes
getting her
this,
ass licked at or
ADD.
something?
She would took some Adderall for superheroes. It was called unobtainium or some other shit. And she's squatting on this dude's head and pops his head wide open. If you're gonna die, that's not a bad way to
I
go.
don't know. It sounds.
He tried to tap out, but then boom, his head
Yeah,
exploded.
shit.
Upper anus and
Have-
panache.
Okay, Yellowstone.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
That was a great binge, and now you're waiting for the whatever.
Kevin
season.
Costner, man, one of the best cowboys in the business.
He bugs me, but
I love him.
But
I'm a fan.
Are you?
I am a fan, man.
Queen of the
When,
South. You guys watch Queen of the South?
Oh, my wife watched that whole series. That woman is a badass.
Badass bitch.
Man.
Hey, can I ruin your Kevin Costner thing?
Go for it.
Okay, so I went
Waterworld.
fishing on a boat. in another state. And the captain of the boat said, well, you should have been here a couple days ago. And we said,
They always
why is
say
that?
that.
And he said, because Kevin Costner was our guy. And I said, oh, was it fun? Was it nice? And he goes, that guy's a dick.
Oh, man.
And I was like, wait, what?
Wait, was the captain a dick, though?
Was your captain gay?
Was the captain a dick?
I don't know.
Because you get what you give.
I'm not a very good sea captain voice.
I don't know how many assholes have told me I'm being an asshole, but really they're being an asshole.
Well, I don't know, because his wife never talked to him. He sat in the fighting chair the whole time, drinking beer by himself.
You can't judge a man by that.
And the kids would come out and try to talk to him, and he'd fucking shoo him away.
Get away from me, kid. You bother me.
I personally had a bad experience with Kevin Costner because I met somebody who met him and told me the story.
You knew somebody who knew something about it?
Gotta be true.
The personal experience.
No, see, you know when he did Dances with the Wolves?
I know he did.
Wolves
Yeah,
don't.
he was anally fucked by one of the wolves.
There you go. Changed him.
Changed it forever.
That's misinformation. Because
True
he
statement.
fucked a wolf.
It was weird.
It was a train. It ran a train.
Okay, so we'll go to you, Dr.
So he
Johnny.
got
What is
pregnant.
your binge worthy?
So I started watching Brockmire again,
Brockmire.
Yep.
And you said Arliss, Brockmire. Those are two good series.
and then
Dead silence.
you know what I really like watching? It's Fargo
Oh, the series or the movie?
Oh, the series.
series.
Haven't seen the series.
It's well staffed.
It's crazy how the events happen, and it's like
Well, that's kind of like the movie, the film. And it's like that. You're like, oh my Lord, is this a Tarantino movie? Because it
get
gets
fucking
weird.
massacred everywhere.
It gets
Like-
weird. I have been watching it's on HBO and stuff a lot. The Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And the big
That was a great
controversy
show.
is the Bruce Lee. That was a true Hollywood story where Bruce
That
Lee
he
got
beat
in
him
a
up.
fight with a stuntman, and it didn't work out really well. I mean, Bruce didn't get really hurt or anything, but he got showed up.
He got beat up.
He got shown up. He got thrown around. He was like, if you've seen the movie, Brad Pitt plays the character, and he's like, okay, do that kick, and he knocks him down. He's like, all right, do that again. And he gets ready for it, and he grabs Bruce Lee because he said he's like, you're 110 pounds. And he grabs him and throws him into a car. And I think that really happened in real life. But they didn't talk about it too much because that would have been not good for Kato.
You couldn't say it now because Bruce can't lose to a white guy.
Well, dude,
Not
Bruce
these
Lee,
days.
hats off to Bruce Lee. No disrespect to that badass son of a gun.
No, none.
But how crazy is that he got killed by a gun, and his son same way?
Yes.
But his son shot himself.
No.
No, he didn't. He got shot in the scene from The Crow in 1996 or 7.
What?
Where he's on the table and it's the machine gun scene, and the Crow's up there taking him because that's his superpower. He could take him. Well, there was an actual bullet in one of the guns,
What?
and that's what killed him. That is no joke.
It was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
So-called mistake, right?
Yeah, but his old man died on the set too.
Same way, a gunshot.
Bruce Lee got shot? I thought he died of natural causes.
It was Enter the Dragon, wasn't it? That's when he died. I don't know if it's gunshot or if he had some sort of
it was
episode,
it was a gunshot.
but it was bad, man.
So yeah, I think you're selling that.
No.
I think it's a conspiracy.
Well, the Lee men have a hard time in film. They die.
My Lee has had a hard time in film.
And Bruce Lee was like the coolest.
Are we fading
ever.
out yet? You just fade out.
Oh yeah,
I think
we've
producer
been
Wes,
cut. Like, what are you talking
producer
about?
Wes is fading out.
Okay, 'cause
I
I'm
cut
like,
it an hour
I
ago.
was trying to like, God damn it. God.
Well, I think in closing we should. Well, GQ, go get your. Okay, we are in closing of the podcast. I think we've given y'all enough humor and enough hurricane information. Y'all all be safe out there. Stay above the water lines in Southwest Louisiana and go Tigers.
Stay feces free.
Yeah, pessimism. What is it? No, pessimism.show. It's a website. All the social media: Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube. Fuck Facebook.
And
Fuck Facebook.
Like and share. Like and
Yes,
share, man.
please do.